2022 was the worst year in cryptocurrency history. The question now is, will 2023 be any better, or do we still have the worst ahead of us? So I'm going to give you my top 6 predictions for the Cosmos ecosystem, which is one of the most promising ecosystems, in my opinion, in the entire crypto space. And that's why you should be also subscribed to this YouTube channel. And we're going to be looking into some of the things, not just with Atom, but the entire Cosmos ecosystem. So make sure you watch the entire video. So is there actually any hope left in this industry? And if so, what are the ecosystems or what are the crypto projects that you should be looking into? In 2022, we literally saw the biggest stars and most promising projects and companies in crypto going to literally zero, right? We had the Terra collapse, which was a $40 billion crypto ecosystem, go to zero overnight, minus 100%. We had the FTX collapse. We had BlockFi becoming bankrupt. The same for companies like Celsius, right? All these companies have gone to zero and vanished. Now, first off, it's very important to understand that in a bear market is a time where cards are reshuffled. That's the time where the entire cryptocurrency industry gets repositioned, right? That's where it filters out all the bad coins, and good coins will gain developers. They will gain traction. They will gain users. They will get investors onboarded, right? That's the time where VCs are doing their homework. Now, that's why I believe it's very important to closely observe the next 6 months in crypto, which ecosystem will absorb talent, developers, and users the most, right? And we can already see that some of these ecosystems are actually doing the opposite, right? They're losing developers, such as Solana, for example, which is obviously closely tied to the FTX collapse. But those things are important to understand. And what we can see in Cosmos especially is that Cosmos is getting a lot of developers, right? Their development activity is extremely high, but they still get new developers that are migrating over from ecosystems like Polkadot, where you have very bad UX, almost no liquidity, and kind of like not too much going on there, right? You also have obviously Solana, which I already mentioned. Developers are moving over, and in Cosmos there's a lot of exciting projects that are not just forcing everybody to use Cosmos technology, but they're also migrating and merging other technologies into Cosmos, right? Such as the Solana VM, which is coming to Cosmos. There's an Avalanche subnet that is built as a Cosmos chain. There's Composable that is bringing Substrate, which means Kusama and Polkadot chains, into Cosmos and enables IBC in all these networks, right? Near is going to enable IBC at some point. That's why I think Cosmos is the right train during this bear market to do your research on. Now, having that said, let's look into my 6 predictions for Cosmos for the next year. These predictions are just my personal views and no financial advice, obviously, but also, guys, you should be responsible and accountable for your own actions. You should get inspired by these type of videos to do your own research, right? To go ahead and say, hey, this is interesting what he said in this video. I want to go ahead and just read more about this and maybe talk to a developer, become part of the community, whatever, and take my own decisions from there on. Prediction number 1, the Cosmos Hub will enter the top 7 in crypto market cap rankings. This means that I believe that Cosmos Hub Atom will overtake a lot of the big dogs in crypto, right? And if we look at what's currently in the top 10, we can see something like Cardano, we can see Dogecoin, we can see XRP, right? And if we take out the stable coins, we can even see that Polkadot is in there, right? So we have a lot of these coins where I personally believe that Atom, with what's coming, is going to be better than these projects in terms of their technology, the innovation, the user experience, liquidity and users, and all these kind of important metrics that are important to understand in crypto. Now, what is that killer application that I believe will bring Atom to the top 10 or top 7? In my opinion, that killer application is Interchain security. And Interchain security is a feature where the Cosmos Hub will act as a security source for other chains in Cosmos, which means that the Cosmos Hub will act more similar to what Polkadot is already doing today with their shared security model. However, the Cosmos Hub already has a cross-chain messaging protocol with IBC that was innovated in Cosmos, actually on the Cosmos Hub first. So they have a lot of these innovative features already implemented, a relatively high market cap, and now is actually the perfect time for so-called consumer zones, which is basically the equivalent of parachains at Polkadot, for example, to launch with the security set with the validator network of the Cosmos Hub, which is the most valuable validator set in Cosmos. And that means that Atom stakers, more precisely, in the future, once Interchain security launches, will not just earn Atom staking rewards, but we will also earn staking rewards for every chain that is using or consuming security from the Cosmos Hub chain. And this is a big change in Cosmos Atom, right? It's basically like we're earning a continuous airdrop for staking Atom. Because when you stake Atom, you're not just securing one chain, you're securing multiple chains. What are the chains that are launching? We have Neutron, which is a smart contract platform on which Lido most likely is going to launch, which is the most successful liquid staking solution in crypto. STETH, liquid staked Ether through Lido, currently has a market cap of $5.7 billion and is bigger than Polkadot, is bigger than Tron, is bigger than Litecoin, is bigger than Shiba Inu, right? It's a top 12 cryptocurrency. So that is coming on the Cosmos Hub. And Neutron will also host many more applications. Then you have USDC native issuance coming through a brand new consumer zone, which is being built by Circle and probably some others, which are building a native issuance consumer zone to the Cosmos Hub. And that's a very big deal because that's the first time you have native USDC in the Cosmos ecosystem. And there's actually a lot more, right? There is Polymer, which is bringing IBC to non-IBC chains. There's Duality, which is a DEX. There is Stride, which is already an existing liquid staking provider in Cosmos that has its own chain that will migrate over to the Cosmos Hub. Then there's Simply Staking. They're building an on-chain ETF. There's Fairblock that is building an MEV solution. And also, Informal Inc. just announced that they're building Ko-Fi, which is also a brand new consumer zone that will come to the hub, and many more in the future, which is really exciting. And I think this is the killer application. So in the future, if there are 8 consumer zones on the Cosmos Hub, Atom stakers will earn 8 coins for staking Atom. That's a big game changer for the Atom coin. At the same time, there will also be changes to the Atom token issuance. Currently, there's a pretty high inflation that will be changed. We just had a proposal that passed that will change the community tax to increase the community pool reserves. So a lot of things are coming to refine the token model. And this is all through on-chain governance, which is quite a big deal in crypto, right? A lot of the decisions usually happen behind closed doors by the core team and just a handful of people or a core organization. In the Cosmos Hub, it happens on-chain in real time. And you can become part of it if you also stake your atoms, and then you have voting power to vote on these proposals. So a lot of exciting stuff is coming to the Cosmos Hub, which is why I believe it's in a very strong position to become a top 10, top 7, maybe even top 5 cryptocurrency in terms of market cap. Prediction number 2. My prediction is by the end of 2023, we will have 200 sovereign chains that are connected through IBC. As of right now, late December 2022, we have 53 zones, 53 sovereign networks that are connected through IBC. I believe that that number can quadruple, so 4x by end of next year. And I don't even think that's a big prediction. I think that's quite conservative, given that the amount of projects that are currently in the works is insane, right? So that's a big number. And then if we talk about applications that are built on top of all these smart contract platforms, right? For example, we have Agoric, which is a JavaScript smart contract platform. A lot of applications will launch on top of that, right? We already have Inter, which is a decentralized stablecoin built on Agoric. Tons of applications already today on Juno, right? We have applications being built on osmosis, such as Mars protocol. So on top of these smart contract platforms, you have a lot of applications. And that will add up probably to over 1,000 projects within Cosmos that have active development, active users, and also liquidity and volume, right? So 200 IBC chains by end of 2023, and probably over 1,000 active projects with active development and users and volumes by the end of 2023. Prediction number 3, Interchain security will secure over $1 billion of value for consumer chains. And that probably will happen most likely with the launch of USDC, the rollout of USDC natively in the Cosmos ecosystem, and also liquid staking solutions with the likes of Lido and Stride that will come to the Cosmos Hub, because those have strong product market fit and large user demand, right? So I think consumer chains will onboard a lot of new users, and also the whole model and architecture around shared security, which I talked about extensively in my first prediction, will attract a lot of liquidity and a lot of volume, right? So that said, $1 billion worth of value in consumer chains by the end of 2023. Prediction number 4. I believe that by the end of 2023, at least 2 major ecosystems in crypto will implement IBC. And IBC, with that, will also establish itself as the premier interoperability standard in crypto, right? And fulfill that vision of becoming this Internet of blockchains, not just for Cosmos chains, but for all chains in crypto, right? And I actually have a guess of what these 2 chains could be, and that could even be way more than that. Number 1 would be Near, and number 2 would be Avalanche, right? Now, we already seen that there's conversations around it. There's even proposals and some development around it. It's nowhere near being finalized as of my understanding, but sometimes things can go faster than we think in crypto, right? And I think IBC has proven itself to be reliable, secure, efficient, and the user experience is just unbeatable in crypto, right, for interoperability. And so as of now, Avalanche has a market cap of $3.5 billion US, and Near has a market value of $1.1 billion, right? I would personally also love to see IBC being implemented on other ecosystems that are probably not even blockchain native, such as Hedera, which I think is also a very interesting project, or also Algorand, right, which is also an ecosystem that I find very exciting. But obviously, the more the better, right? And obviously, it would also be cool if Ethereum would explore an IBC integration, or BNB, right, which is actually not that hard to do, because BNB is also built on a fork of Tendermint, right? So there's a lot of room for IBC to be implemented, which means a lot of upside potential for IBC as a protocol. And we also have Polygon, right, which is a $7 billion ecosystem in crypto, top 10 cryptocurrency, also built on a Tendermint version of their own. So you have all these chains that could technically implement it. I think at one point it will just be a domino effect, and all these chains will do it one by one, and then the FOMO will just be real, and then everybody will just do it, right? It would be a bug to not have IBC at some point, because IBC gives you access to users, liquidity, trading volume, all these kind of things, right? Also keep in mind that projects like DYDX are coming over to Cosmos from Ethereum actually, and are also becoming IBC compatible, and all these kind of things, right? So there we go. I think this is a actually conservative prediction to make for the next year, but that's my fourth prediction. 2 major crypto ecosystems will implement IBC by the end of next year. Prediction number 5. 3 Cosmos coins will enter the top 20 in terms of market cap. Now, I already said that the Cosmos Hub will probably enter the top 10. So it would be 3 different coins that would enter the top 20. And my strongest guess would be that osmosis is one of them, because osmosis is just the most used, most liquid, and most hyped chain in Cosmos for a good reason, because they have strong product market fit, they have a lot of users, they have a lot of volumes, all these kind of things, and they also have some of the smartest people working on that chain, right? Which is why I believe osmosis will be a top 20 coin by the end of next year. There's also strong chains such as evmos, right, which is an EVM chain, in Cosmos that also implements IBC, that has sub 2-second block finality, which is incredibly fast. Then you have Agoric, you have Axelar, you have Persistence, right? You have so many chains that are really, really strong. Then you also have a bunch of new chains that are coming up, right? That are not even live yet, such as Celestia, such as Say Network, right? And many others. So you have a lot of new chains, a lot of chains that are still in the works. And I think it's conservative to say that by the end of the next year, that we'll see more than 3 new coins in Cosmos enter the top 20 in terms of market cap. Now, my 6th and final prediction for the next year in Cosmos is that this YouTube channel actually will cross 100,000 subscribers. We're just a little bit less than a 4x away to achieve that, which is actually pretty close. Like, we're on track, but it's still a long run to get there. And I need your help. I need your support to share my videos, to share my content, to subscribe, to like, to amplify my range so that we can reach more people, educate them on Cosmos. I do a lot of interviews with founders. I share a lot of alpha leaks around new chains, about airdrops that are coming up. And there's so much that's also in the works on the airdrop front. So be subscribed and stay subscribed to Cryptocito. Also follow me on Twitter. We're actually quite close to 100K on Twitter, at 62,000. So let's see where that ends up next year. But yeah, that's my big goal for next year. And I'm really thankful and glad that you guys are supporting me. So thanks for that. And I wish you all a happy new year and hope that these predictions come true, right? But we never know. As I said, this is just guessing. Anything can always go to zero. Always be aware of that. Never put your life savings into crypto. This stuff is extremely experimental and volatile. And that said, enjoy your time, do your research, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Stay safe and be good.